Hello team and family, this is video number 3 over finding missing angles in triangles. A right triangle has an angle of 38 degrees. What are the degrees of the other two angles? So, if it's a right triangle, something we talked about in the Freyer model is one of those angles needs to be 90 degrees. So if one of them is 90 degrees, and then the other one is 38, I should be able to know that in all triangles, all the angles add up to 180 degrees. Let's say I'm really just looking for, so I found 90 degrees is one. I'm really just looking for this other one, which I'll call x. So if I do 90 plus 38 plus x, it should equal 180 degrees. So I basically need to take 90 plus 38 and add those two together, which gets me 128 plus x equals 180 degrees. And I'm solving for x, so it's on one side of the equation. Instead of adding 128 to x, I'm going to subtract 128 from x. What I do to one side, I do to the other. 128 minus 128 cancels out, and then I get x is equal to 180 minus 128 is 62. So my answer is x equals 62. Now, oops, and I apologize, I subtracted something wrong, so I'm going to fix that real quick. It's not 62. So if I carry from the 8, bring the 7, 1 to the 10, or 1 to the 0, which makes it 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's actually 52, not 62. So my missing angle here is 52 degrees. So what are the degrees of the other two angles? It'd be 52 degrees and 90 degrees. And letter B, an isosceles triangle has one angle of 44 degrees. If the other two angles are the same size, what is the degrees of one angle? So an isosceles triangle has two sides that are the same, and also has two corner angles that are the same. They're opposite of the congruent sides. So one angle is 44 degrees, so that has to be this angle, because it says the other two angles are the same size. What is the degrees of one angle? So we know that 44 plus x equals 180. So basically, if I add up all the angles, I'm just calling this angle x and this angle x. If I add up all the angles, I get 180. X plus x is the same thing as 2x, so I have 44 plus 2x equals 180. So if I take away 44 from each side, because I'm adding 44 on the left, if I subtract 44, 180 minus 44, 8 becomes a 7, 0 becomes a 10, 10 minus 4 is 6, 7 minus 4 is 3, 1 minus 0 is 1, so I have 136 equals 2x. So now all I need to do is get x by itself to figure out how much x is. So I'm going to move it up here because I'm kind of short on room. 2x equals 136. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So 136 divided by 2, this cancels out. 136 divided by 2, 2 goes into 1 0 times, 2 goes into 13 6 times, 2 times 6 is 12, 13 minus 12 is 1, bring down the 6, 2 goes into 16 8 times, so my answer is 68, so x is equal to 68. So I know that my two missing angles are both 68 degrees. And if I had 68 plus 44, I should get 180 degrees. And so I could do that. I can check by just adding 68 plus 68. 68 plus 68, 8 plus 8 is 16. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13, so that's 136. And I just need to add 44. 136 plus 44. 4 plus 6 is 10. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 4 is 8, bring down the 1, I get 180. So it does work, so my missing angles are 68. If you struggled with setting up the equation like I did, you could basically take what I did here, the steps that I took. I just took 44 degrees away from 180, and then whatever my answer was to that, I divided by 2 to find one missing side. So those are the steps that you take to find one missing angle in an isosceles triangle.